On November 10th, 2016, the British Columbia Teachers Federation won a landmark decision on negotiating class size and composition in the Supreme Court of Canada. The British Columbia Teachers Federation is the labor union that represents all public school teachers in the province of British Columbia, Canada. In Canada, schools and the education system are run by provincial governments. There are 10 provinces and 3 territories in Canada. The province farthest west, north of Washington State and home to Vancouver, is called British Columbia. However, most people call it BC. This is where I am from. The BC government touched off the battle in 2002 by passing legislation that stripped class size, class composition, and specialist teacher provisions from the teachers' contracts, and passed a law denying teachers the right to bargain those issues in the future. I don't need to get into the politics of the situation, but clearly this was a political decision. A new government took over in 2002 and changed the policies of the previous government. Because of the events that transpired in 2002, 3,500 teachers had lost their jobs when school started the following September. For reference, there are 4.8 million people in BC, and there are 41,000 members of the Teachers Federation. Since 3,500 teachers lost their jobs, there was a shortage of teachers. In many cases, when a teacher was sick or away, a special education teacher, Aboriginal education teacher, or school counselor was pulled out of their jobs into the classroom. The kids they were supposed to be working with didn't get those supports. One mother of a special needs son, she had said she had to be on call to pick up her son due to the lack of trained staff. Unfortunately, not all parents of special needs kids had that option. Since 2002, class sizes had also risen. In 2002, kindergarten classes had a maximum of 20 students, while grades 1 to 3 had been capped at 22. Since 2002, those limits were set by the government at 22 and 24. Grades 4 to 12 were negotiated district to district. I think it's clear to everyone that smaller class sizes are not only better for students, but also for teachers. Students can get more attention with fewer students, giving them better learning opportunities, and teachers can do a better job having to deal with fewer students. According to the BCTF, 1,700 specialist teachers have been lost since 2002. Including teacher librarians, school counselors, special education teachers, English language specialists, Aboriginal educators, and others. Before 2002, the number of special needs students in a classroom could not exceed 3 without special provisions kicking in, such as the presence of another adult in the classroom. The number of classes with 4 or more special needs children rose to more than 16,000, and the number of classes with 7 or more students with special needs rose to more than 4,000. Clearly, losing all of the specialists is not good for anyone. While the Supreme Court decision is clearly a win for teachers and students, there are still problems to be addressed. Since 3,500 new teachers need to be hired, there is now a shortage of teachers. Not helping that situation is the high cost of living in British Columbia. Teachers from other parts of the country might not be willing to take a job in BC where it's so expensive to live. Large urban areas are also finding it hard. Many teachers in these areas live in the suburbs where the cost of living is lower. With the new availability of jobs, many of these teachers are taking jobs near their homes. Therefore, large urban areas not only have to find teachers to meet the law, they also have to find teachers to fill those positions of teachers who left the school. Another problem is that since there will now need to be new classrooms, many schools don't have the room, so they are adding portable classrooms. Portable classrooms are temporary classrooms that are placed outside. The situation is so severe in the case of my niece in Canada that her school, which is K through 6, has eliminated the 6th grade. Those students, including my niece, who were to be starting the 6th grade in September, will now be heading to 6th grade in middle school. The school district received many complaints about this, but they did not change their decision. Despite these problems, the Supreme Court of Canada's decision in favor of the Teachers' Federation is without a doubt better for teachers and students, and hopefully the problems of finding qualified teachers can be solved.